Hi guys, I'm Dr. Alexis, a board certified dermatologist, and in today's video, I'm going to walk you through one of my favorite beauty secrets, which is dermaplaning. Dermaplaning is one of the most amazing, effective, gentle ways to exfoliate the skin. It leaves you with an immediately beautiful glow and a silky smooth texture that is quite addicting. And oil planning is a complete game changer for anybody with dry skin. Oil planning is when you dermaplan, but you use an oil. Dermaplaning is one of the most popular treatments in my clinic, and for good reasons. Patients are so amazed at just how much peach fuzz or the villus hairs, those fine little hairs, are removed after every single session, and they love the immediate radiant skin. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through whether or not dermaplaning or oil planning is right for you. So what is dermaplaning, also known as the beauty shave? It's a painless procedure in which a stainless steel blade is carefully scraped against the skin at a 45-degree angle, removing layers of dead skin and villus hairs, or fine, thin hairs, also known as peach fuzz. Let's talk about the benefits of dermaplaning. Dermaplaning removes 3 to 4 weeks of dead skin cells, so it's something that needs to happen about once a month. I try and associate dermaplaning with something that happens every month, so whether that's the first of the month or your menstrual period, that way it can remind you that you need to dermaplan. Now, this does not take the place of your chemical exfoliants, which you can use much more frequently, but make sure that you don't do a dermaplan and a chemical exfoliant in the same day so that you can avoid irritation. Dermaplaning really helps you get the most out of your skincare products because it helps your skincare products to actually penetrate into the skin and absorb much better. Therefore, you're not wasting any of the skincare products on the top layer of dead skin cells. So because dermaplaning removes the unwanted hairs or the peach fuzz, medical term is vellus hairs, so those fine baby hairs, it allows your makeup to go on so much smoother and more evenly because you now have this nice smooth canvas. Now, if you leave the hairs on, they actually end up getting matted down with the different products and the powders that you put on, and that can really impair how much radiance your skin can give. So dermaplaning really helps to enhance the glow in this way. It's also really great for textured skin because the skin immediately looks smoother, brighter, and younger. Dermaplaning also helps to decongest the skin by helping to remove that surface buildup that happens on the top layer of the skin. Typically, I do this in the office with a surgical blade. As you can see, the edge of this is very sharp, and you definitely do not want to use this at home. So the tool I would recommend for you to use at home is going to be something like this that has a nice guarded edge on the end of the dermaplaning blade. That way, you're much less likely to get any nicks or cuts. It's much safer for you to use at home. So I'm going to walk you guys through my personal dermaplaning or oil planning routine using the tool that you can easily find. That way I can show you just how great of results you can get with something that you can find at Target. This is the Versed Dermaplan tool that's at Target, but really any dermaplaning tool that has a nice guard on it so that you can avoid any nicks or cuts will work. Let's talk about who should not dermaplan. Dermaplaning is not ideal for anyone who has active acne. So if you have any of those raised, juicy papules or bumps on the skin, not a good idea to dermaplan over them. You definitely don't want to nick, cut yourself, spread any bacteria, or allow any new bacteria to get introduced into the skin. Under the same token, you don't want to dermaplan over any bumps or skin tags or raised moles on the skin. Dermaplaning is also not ideal if you've just completed a chemical peel. And please don't dermaplan over any compromised skin. So any skin that is open or newly sunburned, if you're feeling really sensitive in any particular areas, or if you have a chronic inflammatory skin condition that's currently flared. So things like acne or rosacea or eczema or psoriasis. You definitely want to make sure things are calmed down before you do any type of dermaplaning. You guys know that I have eczema and I am not having any flares, so that is why I am dermaplaning. However, if I had a flare, I would just skip my dermaplaning until everything was calmed down. Let's also talk about some dermaplaning myths. So myth number 1, your hair will go back thicker, darker, and faster. This is definitely a myth, guys. Your hair grows in various different cycles. There's the anagen, catagen, and telogen phases, and when you actually cut off the end of all of the hair at the same time, they grow back very uniformly. So that is why they may look a little bit darker or thicker in appearance, but trust me, they're not. They're growing back just as thin and fine as they were beforehand. The growth factors and signals for hair are actually deep down in the derma papilla of the hair follicle, and cutting off the end of the hair in no way will send a signal to that hair follicle. So don't worry, you're not going to grow back thicker, darker hair. Myth number 2, dermaplaning causes acne. When done right, dermaplaning can actually help acne. You want to make sure that you're preparing your skin to decrease any risk of bacteria on the skin. And after dermaplaning, you also want to do things like LED light or high frequency devices, which I'll show you guys how you can easily do at home to decrease the risk of inflammation and any bacteria. If you dermaplan over active acne, you actually can spread the bacteria, which is why you don't want to dermaplan over active acne. Myth number 3, once you start dermaplaning, you have to continue dermaplaning. You don't have to continue dermaplaning, though you really do get addicted to the nice glow that your skin gives and that soft, radiant texture. And in that way, you do want to continue to do it because you want to continue to have those great results. But by no means, if you stop dermaplaning and nothing tragic will happen to your skin, the vellus hairs will just come back in the same way that they were present before. So just some general recommendations. You do want to avoid using any strong chemicals on the skin the day of dermaplaning to decrease the risk of sensitivity. You also want to make sure that you're not double dipping on your exfoliants. So make sure you wait a good 24 hours before using any other type of exfoliant, whether that is a chemical or a mechanical exfoliant. Especially avoid any scrubs or peels right after you do your dermaplaning. Also, consider only dermaplaning at nighttime. Remember, even though it is a gentle way to exfoliate, it's still an exfoliation process, and you don't want those brand new baby cells to actually hit the harmful UV rays and environmental stressors of the day. So dermaplaning at nighttime and wearing sun protection in the daytime. And for the best results, make sure that you finish off with a hydrating serum. All right, so you may be wondering which is best for you, dermaplaning or oil planning. And if you're going to oil plan, which is the best oil to use? So I'm going to walk you through some of my favorite oils to oil plan with and the different skin types that benefit mostly from dermaplaning or oil planning. Oil planning requires applying the oil to the skin prior to dermaplaning. The oil acts as a barrier to help to reduce the risk of irritation. Oil planning helps to protect the acid mantle, which is essential for a healthy skin barrier. It makes the procedure more comfortable for those with sensitive skin. Oil planning is best for sensitive skin, reactive skin, dry skin, dehydrated skin, or mature skin. My favorite oils for oil planning are rich in linoleic acid. Linoleic acid imparts so many benefits to the skin, but it's also very helpful for hyperpigmentation because it has some pigmentation fighting abilities. Plus, it's very light, it absorbs quickly, and it doesn't clog the pores. My favorites are rosehip seed oil, squalane oil, hemp seed oil, sunflower seed oil, or even grapeseed oil. All right, guys, so now I'm going to walk you through my step-by-step routine on how I oil plan or dermaplan with oil. Step number 1, if you are wearing makeup or sunscreen, go ahead and gently remove everything using a micellar water. Step number 2 is the initial cleanse. For oily skin types, reach for the gel or foaming cleanser. For dry skin, reach for cream or oil cleansers. If you're balanced or even combination, choose your cleanser intuitively. Step number 3 is a second cleanse. You're actually just repeating step number 2 to ensure that the skin is free of all extra oil and impurities. This time you want to remove the cleanser with a warm towel or cotton round. Step number 4 is do a skin analysis. You want to carefully inspect your skin. Look for any texture irregularities, any raised moles, skin tags, open areas or sores, active acne, or papules. Make sure to avoid these areas. Step number 5 is the degreasing process. Saturate a cotton round in an alcohol-based toner that has antimicrobial properties. Gently wipe it over the skin and allow the skin to completely dry. Step number 6 only applies if you are oil planning. Apply an even layer of the oil of your choice to the skin. Step number 7, smile and prepare for instant gratification. Step number 8, we're finally ready to begin dermaplaning or oil planning. First, you want to make sure that you're holding your tool properly. So hold it like a pen with your index on the top near the blade. Then make sure that you're holding your skin really taut with the other hand. You want to move downward along the curves and the contours of your face in short, smooth strokes. My friends, please do not apply any pressure to the blade. Make sure that you're being really careful around the tricky areas like your hairline, your eyebrows, and your nose. You want to tuck in your lips when you're dermaplaning your upper lip and your chin. Use a cotton round or a towel to wipe the blade clean following each section or as you need to. Step 9, remove excess oil with a wet towel or cotton round. Step 10 is optional but highly recommended, which is to use light therapy to kill acne-causing bacteria. Light therapy is a great tool to do right after dermaplaning. Amongst many other things, red light helps to decrease inflammation, making it a great way to end your dermaplaning treatment. All right, and the final step is to restore hydration immediately by applying a serum or moisturizer right after. I love dermaplaning for its instant gratification. My skin is noticeably brighter and smoother right after. All right, guys, I hope that you found this video helpful. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Until next time, be well.